it is Days with Dot again. This is my very first video of telling you about my experience in LA. Now, with a plethora of things to go over, I first want to hit starting all over. So, I graduated from Howard University in 2012. Then I joined a theater company for a year. It was amazing, the Tony Award-winning children's theater company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And after that, that really confirmed for me that acting is exactly what I wanted to do. But I want to do television, so it was up to me to move to Los Angeles. Nobody was in my way. I don't have a husband. I don't have children. So ultimately, the decision was up to me. And I thought about moving to New York. It was just like, nah. I even thought about moving to Atlanta because they were like, oh, it's the new Hollywood on the rise. But something about Atlanta made me too comfortable. Like, I wasn't afraid of it. But when I thought about moving to Los Angeles, it was like, whoa. Because if you move to LA, like, you really got to do it. Like, there's no faking. There's no halving anything. Like, you're in LA. And it was foreign to me, and it was, like, scary. Definitely scary. And that's how I knew it was the right move for me. So I get here, and I move in with my best friend's brother, and I have one cousin that comes with me. And a heart full of faith. And starting over is tough, man. Like, even when you're like little and you're the new kid at school, like, you gotta find friends, you gotta figure out how everything works, and you're a nobody, you have to prove yourself. It's the exact same thing here in LA, and that goes for anybody. Like, you come here, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. Like, nobody knows who you are. Everything you've done is like, okay, yeah, and who are you? So it's definitely a humbling experience. And I say that because it was extremely hard for me when I was just even trying to find a job. Just like, yo, I'm qualified for so many things. Like, I have my degree, I'm a hard worker, my resume list is out of control. But I still was having a very hard time finding a job, and I just had to humble myself and take a job at a restaurant. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a restaurant job. It's just that when you have certain expectations for yourself, you never want to lower them. But starting over, you have to. And it's okay. Like, when you're starting over, you have to start somewhere. And you can't be afraid of that. And one thing I really loved about moving to California was that you can start over. Like, that can be something that's exciting. That doesn't have to be scary. Like, say whatever happened when you were living in DC, or whatever happened when you were living in Detroit. There are things that you learned that you can now apply in this new life. Because when you move somewhere and you know nobody, you can just start all over again. So there are good things and there are bad things about starting all over. Like, I didn't know where to go to get my clothes dry cleaned. Like, I was going to a grocery store down the street that was charging me like $5 for one orange, when I could have been going to the other down the street grocery store that it was $1. So just little small things like that. And starting over is definitely humbling. Like, you just have to take what you can take and do it. And I came out here ready to be famous. Like, give me 3 months and I'm gonna be famous. Like, as I'm sure everyone comes out here with those same desires. Like, you're hungry, you're ready, let's do it. But you have to learn how to trust your process. You have to enjoy the journey. Like, I look at it and it's like motivation, or it's just kind of funny, because it's like, this isn't always going to be my situation. And one day I'm going to be able to look back at this and literally laugh and be like, ha ha ha, drive past, remember I stayed there? And that's the kind of spirit that you have to have. You have to continuously be positive out here, because the smallest of the smallest things will try to knock you. Like, starting all over and having to learn everything all over, everything being fresh and new, like, you got to use that as fuel. And you have to continue to stay positive and look at it on the bright side. People out here don't know you. That's a good thing for some of us. I mean, you know, that's a very good thing for some of us. I ain't saying no names or nothing. No, I'm just kidding. But no, for real, people don't know you. So now you can be the ish, or maybe you already were the ish, or maybe you were crazy wild back at home and now you're trying to be soulful and gentle and calm. You can do that. You can be whoever you want to be. So that's a fun part of LA. And out here, everybody accepts everybody. So whoever you want to be, if you want to wear a plastic bag over your head, don't tie it or anything, but you want to wear a plastic bag over your head with matching like flip-flops, go for it. You might be in like a fashion blog or something. I don't recommend it, but I've seen it. I've definitely seen it. And I guess I will wrap up with saying starting over is definitely hard, but always think you've been through something harder. And the toughest part is always getting started. So I leave you with this on Days with Dot. One of the beginning things you're gonna have to get over and get used to is starting over. Remember, this is our sign. All right, so Days with Dot again on Monday.